Hi everyone, my name is Dash and welcome back to Danganronpa. Today it is the big day. It is the trial day and we're gonna figure out who it is, who the killer is in this episode. I already know who that is. So everyone ready to what? Am I blind or are we missing someone?
Yo.
Yeah, Toko's not here. And Toko is... You really don't remember? Kidding, I'm just kidding. How could I forget that little nut job? She's a crucial part of the class trial this time.
What are you gonna do?
Okie dokie, I'll go ahead and drag her out of here. Out of here, kicking and screaming. Just one moment, please. Interesting. And just like he said, and a few minutes later, he reappeared, dragging Toko behind him. Oh my god. I told him I didn't want to, but he forced me. I can't believe he would drag a girl around. Terrible, you're terrible. So now everyone is here, right? Okay then, let's on to the elevator and let's get the show on the road. I'll see you guys down there. I wonder why she didn't want to be here. So, shall we going? So, shall we get going? It's time to find out who killed Chihiro. Chihiro Fujisaki. She was so gentle, so calm and meek, nobody had any problem with her. Someone made the choice to kill a girl like that. That was just an easy victim, that's why. And that murderer is one of us. Someone standing right here. Can I just go? I don't want to talk to anybody. We have no choice, right? We have to do this. Yeah. I gave a small nod in reply. With one last deep breath, I walked towards the elevator on shaky legs. With each step forward, I could feel my heart starting to race faster and faster. As soon as everyone was on, the elevator began to descend. I couldn't get a handle on my emotion, couldn't stop speculating. Excuse me. Ooh. The steel box sank with heavy clunking sounds deeper and deeper into the ground, and as we went deeper, the unease in my heart grew bigger and bigger. The elevator wasn't affected, however, and continued to descend without hesitation, until finally, it came to a sudden stop. What do you think? I redecorated it. Isn't it so fresh? Isn't it so exciting? Don't waste your time with stupid questions. Let's get this over with. Good, you're raring to go. Gotta say, I don't hate it, not at all.
Well,
Okay then, let's get the snow. Let's get the show on the road.
chills, kills!
Everyone, please find your assigned seats. Literally nothing changed. What do you mean he reorganized or whatever? And so the curtain opened once again, and a deadly judgment. A deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith, a deadly class trial. Yes! Gonna save here again. I didn't know we were gonna have to save. Alright, so should we set skills? Ooh, I should set some skills. Increase the influence gauge by 2. Effective class during the class trial costs 2 CP. How much do I have? 15. 5. Downshift. Reduces your aim speed. Effective during the non-stop. Yeah. What does that mean? So, do I have it on? Increases damage to the opponent with a statement and sure. Effective during the bullet time. Sure. I'll let it to reload 2 bullet at once, yeah. And then I keep something else, right? So at this point I can just put everything. But I have everything on, so I have everything, okay. This is, I gotta like, drill bullets, and it's all of the, like, you know. I think I did that literally like not long ago, so I think I should remember. I'm not gonna waste our time, and I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna jump in the trial. And
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you've been I'll punished, okay, let's talk about the murder weapon.
It was the shit. It was the handle. First, we had to make clear what we used to deliver the fatal blow. I forgot how to. Shit, I forgot how to. Locker room dumbbell. Yeah, the dumbbell.
Chihiro's fatal injury. It appears it was a head wound.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. What kind of blunt instrument could it have been? I bet it was an iron pipe.
No! How do I slow it down? I forgot how to slow it down. Space.
Can we agree that the object that dealt the fatal blow was the dumbbell, found at the scene of the crime? It was covered in blood, and there was nothing else at the scene that could have caused that kind of injury.
And the wound on the victim's head is consistent with the shape of the dumbbell. As far as I'm concerned, there's no mistake and no room for doubt on this one.
You looked at her head wound?
Well, no shit, you have to kind of figure it out what killed her.
Yes! That's so creepy!
Brother, talk about being creepy.
If you don't mind, I will proceed from here. Let's move on to discussion of the culprit. Although, I believe the criminal behind this heinous act is already quite clear.
I know.
For real?
I know.
Chihiro's killer is the fiendish serial killer, Genocide Jack.
Oh my god, and who is that? Genocide Jack, the fiendish serial killer. Did he really kill Chihiro? A new element has been added to non-stop debates. What? For this debate, lines of white noise will appear to disturb your reaction. Your true boots will disappear if they hit these lines, so think of them as obstacles in your debate. But there's a way to keep this white noise from getting in your way. Press the right mouse button to attach the silencer, which you can use to shoot down the white noise. However, if you shoot an actual remark with your silence instead of the white noise, the time limit will decrease, so take careful aim when you have your silencers out. Oh, but if your reaction difficulty is set to gentle, white noises won't appear at all, in which case you can forget about the silencer and just focus on the situation in front of you. Well then, good luck and have fun. I don't know if I'm gentle. I don't know if my difficulty is in gentle.
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it.
Oh shit.
Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible!
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on! There's just no proof for it.
There is proof for it.
No, that's wrong.
Shit. I don't know if that was white noise.
Might know one reason he could be involved.
What?
The
I
bloodlust,
found
bro.
this file while I was looking around the archive in the library. I guess it's some kind of confidential file the police put together about the Genocide Jack case.
What? That's kind of weird as shit, isn't it? What was something like that doing in the library?
The why of it is probably more trouble than it's worth. So let's forget about that for now. More importantly, it outlines all the specifics of every Genocide Jack case in exceeding detail. According to the file, there appear to be two defining characteristics in every Genocide Jack case.
The hanging and bloodlust.
The first is that a bloody message
Uh-huh.
is found written at the
Bloodlust.
scene of every murder.
Oh, that's right. Boob lust.
Brother.
No. It's actually bloodlust.
But more important is the other
Hey.
characteristic, and it's something that has never been made public.
Oh. That I don't know. Being roped? I don't know.
Never made public? What the hell is it?
That I actually
Why
don't know.
don't you tell them, Makoto?
I don't know. The other characters arranged inside Jack case, which the world at large doesn't know. If I'm not mistaken, it has to do with the positioning of the body. How the victim was positioned, the bloody message left behind. Where, it doesn't really matter. I guess that. Yeah, but everyone kind of knows
In
that.
every Genocide Jack case, the killer suspends the body in a certain way.
You can literally see that, so how does it not know to everybody? You can literally see it. How is it not announced publicly if you can't see that? Like,
Other
bro.
than the killer, The only people who know about this are the higher-ups in the police department.
However, Chihiro was most definitely suspended in the same way.
By hanging? You can literally just see that.
How did the culprit know about this when only high-level police officials were aware of it? There's only one logical answer I can think of.
One of us?
It's because the culprit in this case is the real Genocide Jack.
No fucking way!
You're saying Genocide Jack is one of us?
Yes, in fact, it's Toko.
Yes! Yeah, that was so fucking fast. It is you, baby girl.
Genocide Jack's true identity is Toko Fukawa.
Yes.
What? Hey, okay, wait, hold on a sec.
Okay, that's what I was saying. It's not really her. It's her split personality. Because she has a split fucking personality.
Toko has like bloodophobia or whatever, remember? What kind of serial killer is afraid of blood?
It's not her. It's her second person.
Is Toko Genocide Jack? The answer is yes and no.
Because it's not really her. It's the split personality.
Another riddle? Man, why has this gotta be so complicated?
It's a riddle for sure, but I feel like I understand it. What it means for Genocide Jack to be Toko, but also to not be Toko. The answer is that she's not just one person, but multiple people, right? Yes! Yes! Mega Man Gambit. Fuck, I forgot how to play that. Oh shit, what? What does that mean? What? I'm so confused. What letters do I have to find? He. Sa. I don't fucking know. I don't know. I genuinely do not know. Bro, I died. Bro. Hold on. Bro, what? Split personality, but what is it? No, just skip it. Yeah.
I refuse to give up yet.
Okay. I'm so confused right now. What it means for Genocide Jack to be Toko, but also not to be Toko? The answer is that she's not just one person, but multiple people, right? Yes. Split personality. Why does it start with an S? Hi. S. No. I don't know any letters that could... You need like a vowel. Bro. And it's not there, bro. I don't know. But it's not S. Actually... Shizzo! Bro, Shizzo! That's what... Bro, really? Oh my god, Shizzo. Okay, schizophrenic. Okay, I'm like, what?
Is it because Genocide Jack has a split personality?
Isn't being schizophrenic and having a split personality different things? Schizophrenic is when you see things that don't actually exist. Split personalities. Okay.
I think I read that somewhere in the file too.
My jam was on.
They thought that the suspect might have, what did they call it? Dissociative identity disorder.
Oh, okay. But still, to go and say that about Miss Fukawa is...
Perfectly acceptable.
Yes, sir.
Toko's strange behavior after seeing the body is proof enough that she has a split personality.
The one thing that shows Toko could have a split personality has to do with her behavior. She fainted. Sure, I blame her behavior. I mean, she fainted. Yeah. Behavior. Are you talking about her fainting? Bro. Then it's like just.
Shoot.
Brother, I'm gonna die here. Behavior.
You're talking about how she started acting totally different than usual, right?
That's right. Think back. She fainted when she saw Chihiro's corpse, and then, when she woke up...
I'm fine. Yeah. Yeah, she must hit her head real hard when she fainted. Yeah, I actually completely forgot about that.
She was acting funny, that's for sure. That melancholy tone of hers completely disappeared.
Don't go assigning adjectives to my tone without permission.
Brother.
Not to mention, once she regained consciousness and saw Chihiro's body again, she was utterly calm. In other words, within her is one personality that can handle blood, and one that obviously can.
Yeah.
So when Toko trapped herself in her room, it's because she was scared of Genocide Jack?
No. She wasn't scared of Genocide Jack because she is the Genocide Jack. It's her. I won't let Genocide Jack have control like she won't let her other personality have control, you know? I'll drive out the killer, drive out the murderous fiend.
The reason she locked herself in her room wasn't to keep other people from getting in. It was to keep her other personality from getting out.
Yes.
What?
Toko was afraid. Afraid of the murderous fiend inside of her. Of killing even more people.
How? Yeah. How can you know all this?
I do believe you misunderstood her. What she's trying to say isn't, how can you know all this? No. What she wants to know is, how could you tell them? Last night, just before Monokuma gave his motive speech, Toko and I had a strange conversation. She told me a most interesting story. She said a murderous fiend lived within her, and she was afraid it could appear and attack at any time. And that trepidation is what's caused her to have such a bleak attitude. Isn't that right, Toko?
Don't trust what you told people, bro. Don't ever trust people. Don't ever trust what you say. Watch your mouth. See how it's gonna be used against you?
This is all a lie. Right, Toko?
You said you wouldn't tell anyone.
See? Bro. I don't know. I'm just talking about like life now. Like, trust who you told, whatever you say, you know. It's gonna be 100% used against you.
What?
You promised. I can't believe you lied.
You have only yourself to blame. You came to me with your tragic little story. I didn't ask you to.
Damn right.
This is the real world, not some romantic fantasy fairy tale.
Damn right.
Besides, you broke your promise first. You said that as long as you were here, no matter what, you wouldn't let Genocide Jack kill anyone. But in spite of that promise...
Look at what you did. I'm sorry I couldn't keep our promise. Oh, but don't worry, never again. I won't let Genocide Jack have control ever again.
You said if I kept my promise, you would go out with me.
Ew.
That's the only reason I promised.
Then you broke it, so...
How many times do I have to tell you? I never said that. But you weren't able to do it. You just couldn't resist that rush you got from killing, could you?
I tried. I swear I tried to control it,
But your efforts were useless. What a disappointment.
Whoa.
I hate you.
Well, the opening act is nearly finished. All that's left is to hear from the person in question directly.
The person?
Genocide Jack.
You don't mean...
Oh, she gonna flip out. Toko's body suddenly lunged backwards. A huge thud echoed across the cart room, but in the next second... She gonna have like fucking... Yeah, there you go. I told you!
Hello there! Is it me you were hoping to see?
Genocide Jill? I told you she had a long tongue. I told you in the beginning of the episode, I was like, she has a long tongue. I told you.
What the heck? So you figured it out, huh? Well, whatever. What are you gonna do? I'm the ultimate murderous fiend, Genocide Jack! Or better yet, let's go with Genocide Jill!
Why Jill? Jill kill.
What the fuck is this?
Toko, what happened to you?
Not Toko! That's a a loser name, and what happened is a textbook split personality. Unless one of them happens to be a serial killer, you should turn a blind eye to one's faults.
Oh my god, she creepy.
So intense.
Like they say, sound and murderous mind, sound and murderous body.
This one is so different from the one we've come to know.
Yes, well, the world is composed of a front and a back, you know. Just like how every inning has a top and a bottom, or how in the depths of every truth lives a little lie. Behind every dark and gloomy soul lives another that shines as bright as the sun!
What's she on about? This is the murder's theme. Didn't say Jack. This is beyond insane.
Miss Jack, Jill, can I ask you a question?
Oh my god, it's gonna be like some fucked up horny question.
What's up?
Some of us think you might be the mastermind behind our entire
don't
situation.
mind.
What are your thoughts on that?
I don't mind.
Well, I'll tell you, I am the mastermind of all masterminds! Just kidding!
Then it's not true?
How is it not?
Of course it's not true! How dare you try to link me to that creepazoid! And another thing, the police and government and society in the outside world are totally powerless! I mean, they just let this idiotic, bloodthirsty maniac go buck wild all over town!
Hold on.
Sure, I'm a bloodthirsty maniac, but life is pain, right? To live is to hurt other people. It's a necessary evil if you want to survive. The act of living itself causes pain for everyone. Just kidding again!
I'm so confused.
This should be enough to convince you. This murderous fiend is responsible for Chihiro's death. There's clearly a motive, so there should be no doubt.
A motive?
Remember what Monokuma told us? If someone didn't murder and graduate within 24 hours, an embarrassing memory or secret would be revealed. Well, let's assume that Toko's secret was about Genocide Jack. If a secret like that came to light, Toko's life would have undoubtedly been forever ruined. So she had a very clear motive to never have that side of herself exposed.
Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. But sorry, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm not the culprit.
There's no shit. There's no way. It has to be her. If not, that would... Celeste?
But I cannot imagine anyone other than you could murder someone in such a bizarre fashion.
Maybe so, but nevertheless, it's the truth.
Do you really expect any of us to believe you?
Yeah, I could never believe a word you say, you monster.
Maybe she's totally right about that, but something's still bothering me. What she said, I need to get some more details about all of this. I'm so confused. If it's not her, then who else? Status of the dead body. What?
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone.
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking.
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely. What more proof?
No. Fuck. The rope. Actually, I don't know. The scissors. I'm telling you, every single killing she did was with scissors. And Chihiro wasn't dead with scissors. Every single, like, when we saw, there were scissors. But in this case, they were hit in the head with something else. Maybe they didn't have scissors on them. But that's what I kind of, like, bothered me. I was like, bro, why, if everyone is done with scissors, why not this one? So maybe it is not actually her after all.
You killed her.
No. Should I skip that?
You say that, but
Perhaps if you had an...
When you compare your past murders to this, the modus operandi matches completely.
Yes, is it... Dude, if it's about scissors... Watch.
Are the methods of murder really exactly the same? I'm not so
Yes.
sure about that.
Yes.
I think there's a slight difference between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
Huh? How's it any different?
Uh-oh, you don't know?
Scissors.
Well then, human garbage, let me tell you!
Scissors. Scissors.
Passion and conviction. I consider myself a professional, and I have a very particular way of doing things. Imagine you go to a fancy Italian restaurant. They're very picky about the noodles, the sauce, everything. But what happened to Chihiro? It'd be like if that same Italian restaurant started using ragu or Chef Boyardee. This is no creation of mine.
Let me rephrase that in a way that maybe makes more sense. There are two clear differences between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
There's one clear difference between the murder and the photo from the other Genocide Jack cases. So look at the neck and stomach. Here you see clear difference. The victim's final injury.
For one, the cause of death is different. In the
Scissors.
Genocide Jack murders, all the victims were killed the same way.
Scissors.
According to the case file, they were all apparently killed with a pair of scissors.
I told you I was all on about it. So it's not her. That's fucking insane.
But Chihiro died from a blow to the head, right?
Ah, yes. That is remarkably different from the other murders.
Wouldn't it be strange for someone who kills the same way without fail to suddenly change their method? And there's more. One more conflicting detail.
I don't know that one.
In my recipe of murder, if the bloody message is the tortellini, then the arrangement of the body would be the pesto sauce.
The fuck?
Could you please stop comparing killing people to cooking?
So, are you saying the other difference has to do with how the body was arranged?
That's right. The second difference is related to how she was suspended. In the photos of the other Genocide Jack cases, all the other victims were stabbed through their hands. Here you see a clear difference. What was used to suspend her? How? Fuck no. Then, fuck, I'm losing a whole life. Stabbed through their hands. Yeah, then what?
I got it!
The rope.
Do you remember what the killer used to suspend her? They used some kind of rope to hang her up by her wrists.
See?
What is your point?
Well, in all the previous Genocide Jack cases, something else was used to suspend them.
Scissors.
Specifically, pairs of razor-sharp scissors.
And guess what? I use my own specially designed scissors for the murders and the arrangement. Like I said, I'm a professional, so naturally I'm very picky about the tools I use. And you know what else? Big Mac said there's two differences, but he's wrong.
Huh?
Big Mac? Are you referring to me?
Big Mac.
Listen up, Big Mac. There's actually one more difference.
Huh?
What difference?
My word, you really didn't notice? Take a look at who the victims were in each Genocide Jack case.
That's what I noticed too. Oh man.
There's a pattern there, just waiting to be discovered.
I think it was only men.
Figure that out, and it'll be plain as death why I couldn't have possibly killed that little lolly
It
girl.
was only men. There was a pattern around the Genocide Jack with the today. If you look at the names for your victim, what you'll notice is I think I figured it out. I don't know. Because Chihiro was a girl. Yes. That's what I noticed.
I got it!
Yeah, oh my god.
Is it because Chihiro was a girl?
Bingo, bullseye, right on the money!
Ooh. I've heard the line before.
In all the Genocide Jack cases, all the victims had something in common.
You see, it was only men. 32, 17, 23, 30. It was only men, that's what I said.
They were all guys?
Yeah, I said that like last episode, and I was like, they're all men. And then I thought that was a girl because I was looking at the body and I thought I saw breasts. But,
That's right! The people I kill with such passion and conviction are all adorable little
Yeah, there's like a man who's 30-year-old. Yeah, little man.
I can't believe I said it! I'm so embarrassed!
The fuck?
The hell is wrong with you?
I can't help it! I'm just a full-throttle boy-on-boy fangirl! And the mopey side of me just hates it! But now I'm on the fast track to becoming a full-fledged fan madam!
So since Chihiro was a girl and not an adorable little man, you wouldn't kill her?
Would an Italian chef suddenly start making ramen just because they're both noodles? Don't be stupid.
That's a good ass fucking point.
I have too much passion and conviction to cross that line. That's the absolute reality of the one and only.
We get it. You've clearly explained your hobby and your philosophy. But that's not all there is to it. It's a different matter entirely. When you're forced to kill in order to survive.
Quiet, lowly cur!
Lowly? Cur?
I would never kill for a reason as petty as mere survival. And if by some fluke I did kill to survive, why would I bother with the message and arrangement? It'd make me the obvious suspect!
That does make some amount of sense.
But then who killed him?
Whatever reason I have for killing, I would never leave out my prized scissors. Who would go out of their way to use a big, stupid, heavy dumbbell?
Maybe you used the dumbbell because you couldn't find any scissors in the school?
Any scissors? I don't just use any scissors. I only use my own set of high-class envy of the entire world scissors!
Okay, whatever. There still aren't any in the school.
Are you sure about that?
She like, whoa. Alright, she carries them.
She's fully equipped! That's right! So I can kill anywhere, anytime! Why would I resort to dumbbells or rope when I have my trusty scissors by my side? Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong! You can't, can you, gutter dogs, all of you! Not to mention, I have no clue how to tie a good knot! The rope's totally out of the question anyway!
I have no idea what's going on anymore! Could such a heinous villain really be innocent?
But the body really was suspended, right? And nobody but the police knew about that.
Yeah! That's why we figured it had to be the real deal, and not some copycat killer or whatever.
Actually, hold on, there is one person. The person who could have copied the Genocide Jack cases. Cool. I don't fucking know. It can be him. Because he knew all about that's him. Because he knew all about this, like whatever. I want to choose him.
Here's my answer.
Yeah.
Byakuya, it's possible you could have found out, isn't it? You'd have no problem gaining access to classified government documents or internal police records. Plus, you'd already looked through the Genocide Jack file before this all happened, hadn't you?
I love this jam, dude. You don't get it. That's my song.
Are you saying Mr. Togami did it?
Why is he silent?
Then the reason he pushed the theory of Genocide Jack being the killer so hard was because he wanted to pin the crime on her.
So, he rearranged the scene to disguise it and make it look like I put my stamp on it. The adorable glasses man was behind it all. Oh, I'm on fire!
Ew.
Well, Byakuya, what's your response?
I see. So now the suspicion falls on me.
Uh-huh.
Then I must ask, when would you say I began acting suspicious? Surely you must have an answer.
Looking back and thinking about it now...
Ever since you went to the library, ever since you got access to the library, that's when you went insane.
The way you were acting right before we discovered the body was a little strange.
And locker rooms. They're suspicious. We're suspicious indeed. Wouldn't you agree? Huh? Suspicious. It seems nobody searched the locker rooms. Let's start with the girls' locker room.
You wanted to go to the girls' locker room right away, right? But since you're a guy...
I should have naturally thought of the boys' locker room first. Is that what you want to say? The victim was Chihiro, a girl. Hence why I said we should check the girls' locker room.
So how'd you know Chihiro was dead at the first place?
Nothing strange about that, I'd say.
On the contrary, there's something very strange.
Okay then, what's so strange about it? Go ahead, share with the rest of the class.
Ew, don't say that. There was a clear contradiction of what Byakuya just said. I need to make it clear to everyone. A new element has been added. Fuck off with the new elements. Next, we're going to add something called a truth flashback. If you aim at the weak spot and hold down the left mouse button, then you'll memorize that weak spot. This memorized phrase can only be shot once as a single true bullet. If you shot and change the true bullet, it will disappear. However, you can use the flashback feature as many times as you want. If you don't seem to have the answer to you might be watch the memories of different weak spot and use it to make your case. But the best time to flashback, well, you just have to use your knee wrist, won't you? In this case, though, I will say that if you don't use a flashback, you won't be refuting anything. Well, good luck and have fun. I wanna care, bro. I don't like this. I don't understand. I can't read it. You're Monokuma file too. Alright, bet.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kinda weird before we found the body.
Yeah.
But he was acting weird... how?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room...
Why the fuck did I shoot?
You absolutely take it! That's a natural reaction for any guy!
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl.
Yeah.
So of course I would suggest we check the girls'
But
locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions. What's so strange about that?
You wish you'd taken me with you?
I don't get it. Exactly, that's the point.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kinda weird before we found the body. But he was acting...
If you're presented with the opportunity, that's a natural...
The victim
was Chihiro. He was a girl.
Huh? Then what?
Shoot!
I'm so fucking confused.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kinda weird, but he was acting weird...
If you're presented with the opportunity,
I'm
that's
so
a natural...
confused.
The victim was... So, of course, there was no time for...
What's so strange about that?
You wish you'd taken me with you?
Okay.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kinda weird before...
Then what? How the fuck do I change that? Bro, I'm so confused. Help.
So, you said Byakuya was
What is
acting
that?
weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird... how?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room...
That's a natural reaction for any guy!
The victim
Was Chihiro. Who was a girl.
I'm so confused.
So of course I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions. What's so strange about that?
I'm so fucking confused. I don't get it. I'm so lost.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kinda weird before we found the body.
Uh-huh.
But he was acting weird... how?
Before we found the body.
Presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room...
Oh, so I take that, like, and I put it here.
The victim was
Yeah, because how the fuck did you know it was her? Before we found the body, we didn't even find the body, so how the fuck did you know it was
I'll tell you
her?
what's so strange about that? Because up until we actually discovered the body, we couldn't have known who the victim was.
Yes.
So your claim that you went to the girls' locker room first because Chihiro was the victim doesn't hold up.
I see. That's a good answer, I must admit. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. But your reasoning is still too weak.
How the fuck is it too weak, bro? Oh, I went to the mart. I did not know, bro, I don't even know what I'm saying. Like, how did you, why did you go to the girl's locker room if you didn't know that she was dead, a girl was dead, you know? What do you mean,
What's
stupid?
wrong? Is that it? Surely you've got more than that. Go ahead, show us.
What's with Byakuya's attitude? It's like he doesn't even care. I've got him cornered, but he's acting like it has nothing to do with him.
You're not finished already, are you? There must be more to it.
There is. I think.
There is more to it. Think about it. We just talked about the differences between this case and past Genocide Jack incidents. The proof you're looking for is hidden in there.
Oh? Proof that I'm the culprit, you mean?
The difference between this case and the other Genocide Jack murder, the evidence that proves Byakuya is responsible, is hidden in there? What could it be? I don't fucking know. Stop spinning. Go back. I don't know. Library desk lamp. Okay.
What? The difference between the cases? You want me to explain it again? When I want to kill, I use my very own special scissors. And I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
But Chihiro was suspended with... It was some kind of rope. Was it not?
That's right!
No.
It absolutely was!
No.
Then there must be something very fishy indeed about that rope.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh?
I'd never seen that rope before in my life.
Yes, you did in the library by using the lamp. There's no fucking way he's the killer. There's no way.
Actually, I'm pretty sure you have seen it before. Because, you see, that rope, or should I say, that extension cord?
What? An extension cord?
Byakuya, you've used the extension cord in the library more than once, haven't you? And the same extension cord that was in the library all this time went missing after the murder. And there's no way someone who uses that extension cord as much as you do wouldn't discover that fact.
And Byakuya must be the one who took the extension cord. I can't imagine any other possibility.
That's really what you think? Then your conclusion is something like this? I killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, then hung her up and wrote that bloody message. I intentionally made it look like Genocide Jack was behind it.
Yeah.
Is that about right?
Yeah. He's doing it again. He's totally calm, totally unconcerned, as if he's not even involved. Wait, not even involved?
What's wrong? I asked you if you think that's what happened.
Hell yes, that's what happened. So that's it, right? Byakuya's the killer.
I don't disagree with not disagreeing.
He kept calling this a game, right? So he'd be totally willing to do something like this to win.
No, I don't think he would. That's the point. I don't...
Sorry, but could we hold on just a second?
Bro, what the fuck? It's not him.
I think we need to talk about this a little more.
Huh? Do we really need to? We've already decided who did it.
I know, but still, there's something that's still bothering me.
Is that right? And what, pray tell, is still bothering you? I killed her in the girls' locker room, then disguised my crime. Specifically, I dressed it up to make it look like it was the work of a homicidal psychopath. What about all that bothers you?
Wait, what was that just now? Something's not right. Chihira's body was definitely found in the girls' locker room, but does that mean... Can we just accept what Byakuya said as the truth? No, I don't think so. There's definitely something off about that. The scene of the crime, I guess.
I got it! You say you killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, right?
Uh-huh.
But are you sure about that? Isn't it possible that the murder took place somewhere else?
How disappointing.
What?
What kind of question is that? Even in the world of disappointments, this is a true letdown. She was found dead in the girls' locker room. There is absolutely no question about that. How could the scene of the crime have been anywhere else?
Well, I think it's entirely possible that she was killed somewhere else, then carried there later. Along with the rest of the murder scene.
The rest of the murder scene? That was awfully specific. Please tell me you have a reason for saying all of that.
I believe I do.
Hey Byakuya, did I just take off guard? Did I just take you off guard? When the story suddenly moved to the crime scene, Byakuya wouldn't have been so confident up till now. Maybe Byakuya never even realized that the actual scene of the crime could have been somewhere else.
Don't just move on without permission! What do you mean she was killed somewhere else?
Come on, Makoto. If there's any chance the murder took place somewhere else, let's see the proof.
Evidence that showed the murder took place somewhere else. There was something that was switched between the boys and girls locker room. The poster. Card reader, no. Broken in handbook, genocide Jack case. I mean, carpet was... There was something that was switched between the boys and girls. It was the carpet and then 2 locker room posters. So that I don't know. Let's do carpet. Actually, it's boys locker room carpet. It's only boys. So let's do 2 locker room posters.
I got it!
Yes, sir.
The proof that she was killed somewhere else is the poster that's hanging in each locker room.
Your proof is some posters?
The poster in the girls' locker room was a picture of a big boobed supermodel.
Oh, fuck.
But don't you think that's kind of strange?
Why would you say it like that?
Why would the girls' locker room have a poster like that?
I bet those massive jugs of hers were totally fake!
Meanwhile,
She's
the
funny.
boys' locker room had
She's funny,
a
dude.
poster of the super popular boy band Tornado. Again, that doesn't really seem to belong in a boys' locker room.
So you're saying that maybe the posters were switched?
Maybe. The fuck you mean, maybe?
And there's one other thing I noticed about the locker rooms. You know what I'm talking about, right, Sakura?
The carpet.
You're referring to my protein coffee, aren't you?
Yeah.
Protein coffee?
While I was in the girls' locker room earlier, I spilled some protein coffee on the carpet. But I noticed that after the murder, the stain had been totally scrubbed away.
No, it's not that the stain was scrubbed away. It was removed. Yep, and it's the boys' locker room.
I got it! The stain on the girls' locker room carpet wasn't scrubbed away.
My jam's coming out, bro.
In fact, I found it on the boys' locker room carpet.
That's definitely the stain from my protein coffee.
Then, does that mean that the carpets were switched too?
But why? What's the point of switching things up?
But why would anyone do that?
Exactly why?
To move the murder scene from one locker room to the other. It's certainly plausible, don't you think?
Huh. Huh.
In other words, in order to completely swap the scene of the crime, the bloodstained poster and carpet were moved along with the dead body. By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took place.
I can certainly follow your reasoning, but why would the culprit bother doing that?
Huh?
Why would they go through all that trouble of switching the scene of the crime? Actually, an even bigger question. If the murder did take place in the boys' locker room,
What would Chihiro be doing in the boys' locker
how
room?
did Chihiro
Yeah.
get in the boys' locker room in the first place? To get into the locker rooms, you have to swipe your e-handbook across the card reader device. But Chihiro's handbook should have only allowed her access to the girls' locker room.
Wasn't there Leo's handbook missing?
She had no way to get into the boys' locker room to begin with.
No, she did have a way, and I can tell you what it was.
I highly doubt that.
Shut up! I'm telling you, I know how she could have done it.
Is she right? Could Chihiro really have gone into the boys' locker room somehow? Yeah, the handbook was missing. Leo's. That's what I'm thinking. Broken in handbook. Huh. So she just switched them or what?
Is it really possible? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room?
I got it! She must have hacked her e-handbook.
Hacked? No, sorry.
Shoot!
How would she hack?
Is it really
Oh.
possible? Could Chihiro really have gotten it?
She must have hacked her e-handbook. She was the ultimate programmer, after all. I'm sure that would have been no problem for her.
No, I don't think that's it. She used the thing that was in the main hall.
The missing handbook.
What thing?
I'm talking about
Fuck, I skipped
She could
that.
get into the boys' locker room, no problem.
That's what I was saying. Didn't Leo, bro?
Really possible? Could Chihiro really?
She must have hacked her. She was the ultimate. I'm sure that would have. No, I don't.
She used the thing that was in the main hall.
Huh? What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course.
Yeah, there you go.
No, that's wrong.
No, I don't think Chihiro used Leon's handbook.
Oh.
Why not?
Because Leon's handbook was broken.
Oh yeah.
Well, then, yeah, I guess that'd be pretty impossible, huh?
I forgot about
I'm
that.
struck silent by how quickly you gave up.
Plus, isn't there a regulation against using someone else's handbook?
Borrowing. That's, I think.
Actually, the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrowing one. In other words, you could borrow a dead person's handbook all you want, and you'd be safe.
Yup. Hit the nail square on the noggin.
Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
So then, she must have hacked hers, like I said. She used her ultimate programmer skills and...
Oh, so she did hack it. Whoa.
You can't fix an e-handbook. The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts blaring.
So, if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify her own handbook,
She's a boy.
Maybe Mr. Naegi's initial assumption is just wrong?
It seems like there's no way she could have got into the boys' locker room. So I guess so.
She's a boy.
Okay then, I vote for Byakuya.
Is that it then? Chihiro was killed in the girls' locker room, and Byakuya is the one who did it. Really? No. But still, I don't know what else I can do.
Hold on a second. I agree with you, though. I think you're on the right track.
What the? You finally decide to open your mouth and that's what you've got to say? There's no way she could get in the boys' locker room, right? So...
She's a boy.
Why are you so sure she couldn't get in? There's still one other way she could have gained access.
What? What are you talking about?
Well, to explain that, why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you all to come see something.
Wait. Just what do you think you're doing?
Don't worry. This'll make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please you.
Huh? It'll make things more exciting? Well, all right then. I declare an official class trial recess.
For real?
Now then, what is it you want to show us? It better not be boring or I'll be very unhappy.
Oh, I have no doubt it'll meet your lofty expectations. So, shall we go?
What the fuck? Since when do we get breaks during trial? So before I even knew what was happening, the class trial had been put on hold. We headed off with Kyoko in the lead, and where she took us was her room? Oh, girls' locker room. But why?
The girls' locker room?
Yeah.
You've already searched this place top to bottom. What are you trying to pull, Missy?
I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time.
Hell nah, bro. I'm not lifting that skirt up. You want to check it
Be
again?
sure to examine the entire body very carefully. Take your time.
It's a boy.
Examine her carefully? Like using our hands?
I bet you want to do
No,
that.
wait, no.
It's probably best if I don't run my hands all over a girl's dead body.
It's not that I'm freaked out or anything, it's just... based on religious grounds, you know?
very well. I'll do it.
But you're a girl. You shouldn't have to touch a dead body. Just let one of the boys do it.
No, it's okay. I think Chihiro would rather have a girl examine her. So just leave this to me.
Sakura.
What is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl action? Is that what you two are about?
That's not it at all. Stop screwing around.
Okay. here I go. I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse the intrusion.
Oh. Putting her hands together in a brief pair, Sakura then began to quietly examine her
Be
body.
sure to check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this particular mystery.
She's a boy.
Her entire body? I know you say that, but... What?
What?
This is... What is...
She touched a dick.
What is it?
Not possible. It's not possible.
Sakura's eyes were staring wildly at Chihiro's lifeless form. Her massive frame to her...
This girl is
A boy.
Is what?
A boy.
a boy!
Yeah.
Ah, I see. So she was actually a he. Interesting. Thank you for confirming this fact.
Bro, shut the fuck up. Yeah, damn right.
You're joking, right?
I wouldn't joke about this.
Touch yourself, you want to make sure about that.
Then it's really true?
Chihiro was a guy? Oh, what? You guys didn't know? Heck, I knew that right off the bat. Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a guy.
He was a cross-dresser? Oh, I'm really on fire! I wish I had killed him!
So that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh? Interesting. Yes, that certainly does make things much more exciting.
So it was a guy who killed her then.
Now let's ride this wave of excitement back to the courtroom.
No,
and get
it was a
back to the
girl.
trial.
It was... What the fuck? Oh my god.
I do apologize for keeping you waiting.
It was...
Now then, let's resume the class trial.
Y'all, it was not Genocide Jack. It was... Then I was like, it's Genocide... Dude, I was like 99.9% sure it was... It's not her! It's not Genocide Jack. It's not Toka, whatever her name is. Then it's not Byakuya. Because Byakuya couldn't have gotten into the girls. Actually, I don't fucking know. Hold on, I am actually so confused right
We've
now.
all just learned of the shocking revelation that Chihiro was actually a boy. Let's pick up from there.
The handbook was
Yes,
missing.
Well, I don't know his reason for hiding it, but the fact is, Chihiro was not a girl, but a boy.
Okay, but why is it auto-skipping? To think that Chihiro was actually a guy. The thought had never even crossed my mind.
Because the victim was male, he would have had no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room.
Yes.
Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male, then yes, that would be true.
Of course his handbook said he was a boy. He dressed like a girl, but he was a boy through and through.
So then, there should be no issue with Makoto's initial assertion. The victim was killed in the boys' locker room, and was then later moved to the girls' locker room. And the killer
But
could
how
have
the
easily
fuck?
used Sayaka or Junko's handbook to get into the girls' locker room.
Oh. So he was a guy.
So Chihiro really was killed in the boys' locker room?
I still don't understand the motive for moving the body, but yes, that does seem plausible.
Well, I must admit, I did find it rather odd. I knew he felt a little off. There was a certain incongruity to his female body.
This is the most titillating situation!
So now everything has been connected. All the mysteries have finally become clear.
Okay, well, connected or clear or whatever. We still think you're the killer, remember?
Very interesting. This has become very interesting indeed.
I don't understand shit, y'all. I don't get it.
He's off in his own little world.
I don't get it, yo.
What about you, Makoto? After everything we've learned, do you still think Byakuya's the killer?
No.
Well, without a doubt, Byakuya is the one that made Chihiro's death look like Genocide Jack did it. But I think he might not actually be the killer after all.
What? But aren't you the one who accused him in the first place?
He just seems to be too easygoing about all this. Like he's enjoying us solving the mystery. The way he's acting, it makes it seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
And you think that might be because it doesn't have anything to do with him?
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too... how can I put it? Overt. He consciously chose to use the extension cord, knowing it could connect him to the murder. At least, that's how I see it.
I don't know.
And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle you. And then again, when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy. If you really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you.
So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons, but it's fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct for the time being.
Bitch, please.
Mark it as correct?
He's right. I am not the culprit.
Then who the fuck?
I just happened to come across the corpse in the girls' locker room and decided to alter it.
Are you fucking with us right now?
No, I am not effing with you right now. I'm telling you the truth.
Well, I find it very hard to believe.
Go ahead, find it very hard to believe. You're free to be executed along with the rest of us.
If you're really telling the truth, then why? Why do you do that to his body?
My reasons hardly matter right now. Uncovering the culprit is much more important, wouldn't you say? Now then, if it wasn't me, who was it?
I don't know.
Well, I don't think I can say for sure without talking about it a little more.
We're seriously gonna keep going? We're all good, aren't we? I thought it was clear Byakuya did it.
Apparently not.
No, I'm with Makoto. If there's any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility. Because if we're wrong, we all die here.
That's true. Very well then. I'm with you too.
Damn straight. Count me in.
Do you not have a mind of your own?
Of course I do. What am I, an ant or something?
Anyway, let's discuss this all as a group one more time. We still have time to make our decision.
That's very true.
Our lives are all on the line.
Excellent. Then shall we resume our game of hide and seek?
But if Byakuya didn't do it, then who's the real killer? Who murdered Chihiro? There's one thing you can be sure about. There's one thing we can be sure that we know about the killer. The killer was able to get access to the real murder scene, which means he's a guy. Since the crime scene housed the boys' locker room, you would need a boys' handbook to get in. Since Leon's handbook is apparently broken, the killer would have had to use their own. In other words, it had to be that guy. But that's still not enough. I need to find some more clues. I don't know who killed her. Celestis, what was it about? The gym.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Well, clues are one thing, but did nobody get a look at the killer?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
There you go.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new...
It's over. It's all over.
You want to know who saw the killer?
And only the killer.
Oh, there you go. Oh, never mind.
No, it's wrong.
I believe someone else did see the victim before he was murdered. What do you think, Celeste?
Now that you mention it, yes. I did see him.
Really?
Oh, but I suppose only Makoto knows about this.
Makoto.
The rest of you had no idea, did you? That is why you're all making such ugly noises.
Whatever! Just hurry up and tell us!
It was last night, right before nighttime. I saw Chihiro in the dormitory warehouse. I saw him stuffing a track jacket in, and then, I assume, he headed off to exercise.
A track jacket and a duffel bag? But we didn't find anything like that at the murder scene.
It seems likely that the culprit destroyed them to get rid of any evidence.
And that is when he said something that struck me as rather odd.
I'm kind of in a hurry.
Chihiro told me he was in a hurry. But why would he be in a hurry? Only if someone were waiting for him, I should think.
There's no way that's the dude I like.
So, Mr. Fujisaki was on his way to meet with someone, and then they were going to work out together?
I kind of did. I have my guess, but I'll be so upset if that's actually him.
And I had invited him to exercise with us plenty of times, and he always declined.
Probably because he was afraid you'd find out the secret he was hiding, right?
That's not this
Which
guy.
means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very much. Enough so that he was willing to risk his secret being revealed.
Oh, what a marvelous friendship!
The point is, whoever he met up
That
with
guy.
was the culprit, right? So
That-
we just gotta figure out who it was.
That guy to the left. The biker, if the ultimate biker, dude, if he is the culprit, I'll be so fucking upset.
But knowing what we know, I can't even guess.
No, you already have what you need to make the connection.
Huh?
You know who the killer is.
That's him. See to the right now. If that's actually him, I'll be so fucking upset.
Seriously?
Who is it? Who's the killer?
You.
Think back to the track jacket and duffel bag the killer disposed of. Focus on the details of these items, and it should become obvious who was waiting for him.
Are you sure about that? You really think we can figure out who did it based on 2 pieces of evidence that we don't have?
What? You want to track down some fingerprints or something?
Even if we had the equipment for that, we wouldn't know how to use it.
As was noted, the evidence is already gone. There's nothing to get fingerprints from.
Maybe, but we can make certain inferences if we just take the time to talk it out.
Easy for you to say, but fine. Celeste, did you notice anything special about the bag or jacket? The bag was just a normal duffel bag from the warehouse. All the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that one special.
Well, if I remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuits to choose from. Do you think there might be some connection between the culprit and Chihiro's jacket?
Perhaps. Let's explore that and talk a bit more about the jacket he took.
Did Chihiro track jacket really hold some clue about the killer? Somehow, it is really hard to believe. Brother, don't spin. I don't fucking know. I'm lost. Celeste account.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that. It matched the one the culprit was wearing.
I don't know.
So, what you're saying, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him?
Maybe.
No, that's
Oh,
wrong.
I don't fucking know, bro. I don't know.
Hold on a second, Mondo. What did you just say?
Huh? What'd I say?
When Celeste testified a few minutes ago, she said,
What'd she say? Jack into a duffel bag, and then I assumed he headed off to exercise.
she never said anything about the jacket's color.
Fuck, no, it's Mondo, please. I'll be so upset if it was actually
So
me.
why did you say Chihiro's blue tracksuit?
What are you? You just...
If it's actually you, I'll be so upset. I'll actually cry.
Hey, Celeste, what color was Chihiro's tracksuit?
Blue.
As a matter of fact, it was blue.
And before we began the trial, did you tell anyone that?
The only one I told about any of this was you.
Then, Mondo, how did you know what color Chihiro's tracksuit was?
Because I just...
I'm upset. I'm genuinely upset.
I'm sure he saw the clothes at some point in the investigation.
No, that can't be it. The bag and clothes were surely disposed of by the time we began our investigation.
Then the only reason Nobody could have known what color the tracksuit was. It's if he saw Cherry with it before he died. That's the only possibility.
Cherry? Are you talking about Chihiro?
So, how about it? Did you see the tracksuit or didn't you?
Just by chance. I just happened to see it last night. He walked past me, and he was carrying the tracksuit in his hands.
It was in the bag, Mondo.
No, that can't be it either. According to Celeste's
It was in
testimony,
the bag. In the bag.
when Celeste noticed it, Chihiro made a point of making sure the jacket was completely in the bag. If you just ran into him briefly, you couldn't possibly have seen what color the tracksuit was.
Dude, I like that guy.
It would appear you dug your own grave.
Perhaps. But you handed him the shovel, didn't you? That's why you said what you did. Focus on the tracksuit and it'll be obvious who he met with? What a bunch of nonsense.
Ah, now I understand. It was all one big bluff, wasn't it? Your true intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit. That's why you said you knew who did it, to put them on edge.
That's right. However, Mondo was my target all along. I had my suspicions about him from the very beginning.
But why? What made you so suspicious?
That's a good question.
Because I hid him? Bro. The way he was acting, I don't know. Was he acting differently? The way he talked. Maybe.
There was a certain turning point that tipped me off. Maybe you didn't notice it, Mondo, but you tend to refer to men and women differently. You only call guys dude. For girls, it's chick. And after he was killed, you happen to refer to him as dude.
Actually?
Once I picked up on that, it occurred to me that Mondo knew something we didn't.
Actually?
Did you notice such a tiny detail?
Are you a witch? She's a witch! You're positively frightful.
No, I'm not the frightful one.
He is.
Not nearly as frightful as someone capable of murdering a friend.
Yeah.
Mondo, was it really you?
No fucking shit.
Did you really kill Chihiro?
Why?
I didn't kill anyone! You've been all over me, judging everything I say, putting words in my mouth. What gives you the right to treat me like a goddamn criminal?
Yeah! He would never do something like that! This is a false accusation!
It's true. My reasoning on that is pretty shaky.
That was fast.
Well, this does present us with a problem. It's
Oh, I'm gonna spit.
My time has nearly come.
Ew. Why your voice change?
That's what my little ghost friend is telling me.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Hifumi, weren't you telling me you'd found some evidence?
Really? What kind of evidence?
Oh yeah.
Actually, you know, now that I'm thinking about it here calmly, it might not be all that relevant.
Still better than nothing.
Jeez, does your confidence just get up and walk away? Fine, man. Just tell us.
If you really insist, then... here it is.
What do you have there?
It happens to be an e-handbook. I found it laying on the ground, so I scooped it up.
You found it on the ground, right? Then it must belong to Chihiro.
I got it!
Yeah, missing handbook.
You know Chihiro's handbook was missing from the scene of the crime, right?
For a fact.
For a fact indeed. I was totally sure I'd found it.
Then it must hold some clue about the culprit, right?
Well, that's what I was hoping. But it's busted. It won't even turn on.
I imagine the culprit broke it to get rid of any evidence after the murder.
That's odd. I didn't think the handbooks were quite so fragile.
You're right. They're not. They're totally waterproof and shock resistant. It would take an awful lot to break one.
And yet, this one does appear to be broken, as is Leon's, sitting useless in the main hall. For all your confidence, that is a remarkably high failure rate.
Do you think there might be some kind of mystery in there somewhere? How how precisely did the handbooks get broken?
Oh, I don't fucking know. Dumbbell. By hacking it, by exploiting a bug, by hitting its weak point. By hacking it. Why would Mondo does not by hitting
I got it!
all the
You already told us before that the handbook has one weak point, didn't you?
Yeah! You remember that? Sure, maybe I let that slip. But I never told anyone what the weak point actually was.
But if the handbook is supposed to never break, and 2 of them broke in quick succession,
Then we can only assume that someone's figured out its weakness. You know what the weakness is, right, Monokuma? So, what is it?
You're asking me?
I think it's a necessary piece of information if you want this to be a fair trial.
But if I tell you, and someone else decides to copy it, that would be very not good.
Just tell us already. Why would we want to break our own handbooks?
Oh well, I have a weakness for pushy demands. But you're sure you won't follow their example?
They're just stupid. Actually, no. Every single time someone's gonna get killed, their tablets are gonna be broken. E-handbooks, they're gonna be broken. Every single one of them who dies, yep.
And allow me to make a special announcement. The weak point of my cutting-edge e-handbook is... when it's exposed to high temperatures for too long, it will suffer a meltdown and totally break!
Oh.
I flippin' knew it!
Huh.
You knew it?
Yeah, because I found the handbook laying on the floor of the sauna.
Oh.
The temperature in the sauna can reach over 200 degrees. Strange how you don't get burnt, huh? It's because as your sweat evaporates, it creates a cooling layer of air around your skin. If the hot air of the sauna were somehow pushed directly onto your skin, you'd definitely get fried. That layer of air would get blown away. That's why you may feel a burning when you move around. So when you're in a sauna, make sure to keep nice and still.
Interesting. I learned one new fact today.
Dude, same.
That is a mere trifling speck of knowledge.
Anyway, if you found the victim's handbook in the sauna...
Remember the content Mondo had with that smart dude? They were in the sauna. And one of them refused to take clothes. I mean, both of them. Yeah, one of them refused. Because the handbook. Maybe that's why.
Then the killer must have been purposely trying to raise its temperature in order to break it.
meaning the culprit somehow knew its weakness.
But how?
But how'd they find out?
Yeah.
Monokuma said he didn't tell anyone, right?
Indeed. Quite the mystery.
What if they found out by accident?
Right, being in the sauna. That's what I'm thinking.
What do you mean by accident?
What if the killer took their own handbook into the sauna, not knowing its weakness, and it broke?
Oh.
They'd realize it was broken, of course, and it wouldn't be hard to figure out why. And once they had Chihiro's handbook, they knew they had an easy way to dispose of it.
I won't say it's not possible, but who would have done something like that? I don't know of anyone who took their handbook into the sauna.
Mondo.
I might know someone who did. Whoa! Siri? I think the one who may have taken their handbook into the sauna was...
Yep, him and Mondo. Who might have brought their handbook into the sauna? Had to be one who wore the clothes into the sauna. It was Mondo. Fuck, I'm literally so upset. I'm so upset. It was actually him.
Here's my answer.
I'm so upset.
Mondo, your handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't it?
What? Why? Why do you keep accusing him?
Mondo and Taka had an endurance contest in the sauna not too long ago. Remember?
Yep.
And for the contest, Mondo just so happened to keep his school uniform on. But little did he realize, he'd also left his handbook in one of his uniform pockets. And when it was all over, Mondo discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy it.
No, wait, Hold up! You've got it all wrong! He would never kill!
I thought so too, dude. I thought so too.
I don't accept this! Show me the proof! The actual solid proof!
I mean, I don't want to believe it either, but I found something that proves it beyond a shadow of a doubt. I don't know. What is it? Broken edges. A card reader. What's with the card reader? Oh.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
Huh.
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all! Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
Hold on. I'm sure Mondo's handbook. Then I guess wrong.
Let's test Makoto's assertion.
It's
If what he says
broken.
is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own hand.
In other words, if then that proves
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
No, it's wrong.
Easy.
Mondo, the handbook you have right now, is it really yours?
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
The broken handbook that was in the main hall, isn't that one actually yours?
What the heck are you talking about?
He switched. He has Leon's right now.
What I mean is, I think Mondo swapped his handbook out for one that actually works.
Leon's.
I think he took Leon's handbook and replaced it with his own. After all, Monokuma said himself that Leon's handbook never should have broken.
That's right! The punishment it suffered wasn't nearly enough to destroy it.
so. Then, the broken handbook in the main hall is actually Mondo's, which would mean that the handbook Mondo has right now is actually Leon's. Yes?
Yes,
But
ma'am.
doesn't that violate the school regulation that says loaning out your handbook is prohibited?
It's not loaning technically.
Well, here's how I look at it. There is a rule about loaning your handbook to another student, but if they're dead, they're not a student. It's kind of a gray area, I admit. But no worries. If anything, it just makes things more interesting. As such, I decree that exchanging handbooks with a corpse is not a violation of the rules.
Bro.
Well, Mondo, if I'm wrong about this, you're welcome to say so. I'm happy to admit I made a mistake, but...
Son of a bitch! What's wrong, bro? Come on! Tell him he's wrong!
Bro.
You are wrong! You have to be wrong! Everything you just said is wrong! You made it all up!
Dude, I wanna think like you. I wanna think like you. I wanna be delusional as you. I wanna think that now. Because, dude, I was literally wanted to get to Mondo so close. Dude, as soon as I try to get close with people, they just die. Like, what the fuck?
Okay, then why don't we look back on this case one more time, from the beginning?
So what? Celeste's gonna die
That way,
next?
everything will become clear, and we'll all see if I was right or wrong.
Oh. Yay, the sticker. Oh, Celeste looking pretty. What that could be. I think it was this. Right here. And then room. And then gym. I guess. And then just putting in. I guess. Oh. And then they met, and then something happened. And what was that? I don't know. In. So they went in. And then it picked up, I guess. And then that is... Bro, I actually do not know. I guess it's this then. Oh, that's in. So I don't need to use that one. Well, let's go to the very last. That's 100% this one. Bro. And this one, just throwing the thing, so... Maybe that's sauna. Act 5. Sauna, throwing it away. Shit, I don't actually fucking know. And I fell down, I guess. Here, it was... writing bloodlust. Here... Picked up body. And why is there like 3 stickers of the same woman? Like 1, 2, putting it, changing it. Actually don't know. What if I just do that? Oh help, that's not right. Oh, there's another one. Which one could that be? This one.
Here's exactly what happened.
I don't know. Did I actually get it right?
Let's take a look back to before the incident.
I could have guessed the last ones.
Last night, Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse, correct? At the time, she was apparently stuffing something into a duffel bag. That something was a blue tracksuit. You can confirm this, right, Celeste? With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime. She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room. But how could the victim, who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room?
Yeah. No, I didn't let him right. I need to rearrange the events of this case. I don't know. Then it was just, yeah, there you go, then boys then.
Here's exactly what happened. With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though
nighttime.
She made her way to the lock, but how could the victim, who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room?
But what? It says boys though. Girls, no. That one is a girl's locker room. It has to be this one. I actually do not fucking know. Like, let's use this one. And then for that one, we're just gonna use this one.
The killer is you!
Okay.
With bag in hand, she made her way, but how could the victim...
What? Oh, there you go. That's correct. Okay, got it. Noted. Yes,
Simple.
yes.
Because she was really a he, which is why he was able to use his own e-handbook to gain entrance to the boys' locker room. Once inside, he met with someone there. And the person he met was the one who killed him.
Yes, ma'am.
It seems likely that the killer grabbed the nearby dumbbell, approached the unsuspecting Chihiro, and attacked him.
Fuck. What do you... Did I have 4 things left? Attacked. Okay, but how? It has to be the dumbbell. That one I'm gonna switch. But with what? Let's already switch. I gotta switch this one because it's not right. Act 3. Maybe it was... Yeah, but there's no point on that one if there's this. Maybe left? And this one in the girls' room. And here... Change the poster, I guess. I actually do not fucking know. Girls. I do not fucking know, bro. What the fuck? It can't be this one, because what's the point of having that one? Let's just put this thing. I actually do not know.
And attack.
Okay.
And that's where the blood.
I'm so sorry for skipping. I'm generally like, how do I put it?
Likely in the heat of the moment. The body was arranged, but the murder itself felt unplanned.
It's just because it's so confusing. He was wrapping that thing in, and then what? So the dumbbell. Actually, let's do this one. And then this one. No, I can't do that. Actually, maybe. Let's see.
Is you.
Yep.
Which is why the killer hurried to try and hide the act. First, pulling up the bloodstained carpet. Then, removing the bloody poster.
Bro, please kill me. I have 2 things left. And then what? The dumbbell. Yes.
The killer is
you. No, hold on, don't.
Which is why the killer hurt. Then
I don't actually know. Shit, I'm gonna lose. I have 1 fucking try. Maybe girls, and then open the door.
The killer is you.
That's my last thing. I actually do not fucking know.
Which then removing.
Yes, noted. Okay.
And finally carrying a girl's handbook was necessary to get into the locker room, of course. But this alone doesn't prove that the killer was necessarily a girl. After all, Sayaka and Junko's handbooks had been placed in the main hall. Using one of those, a boy could get into the girls' locker room without much problem.
Fuck. That's it, I'm done. No one's believing me. Shit, how the fuck do I do that shit? Why is it so hard? Since when it became so hard? It's because it's confusing. It's like, there's literally like 3 damn... There's a card, there's this card, there's that, there's a doorknob. Like, what the fuck do you want me to do with the fucking doorknob? Like, please. Okay, here. The bag. boy in, and it was this. They're going in, picked up the dumbbell, and then smacked, and the blood went on the poster. Bum, 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 this. Shit, then I don't remember. It was something to do with the girls one. It was here, but which one was that? Oh, the poster here. Sauna doll. Guess e-handbook. Let's put that in. I don't know why. Oh boy, he's coming in. He takes down a wire. Oh. Actually. Oh yeah, here, and then he takes a blood and then writes bloodlust. Here, sauna happens. He comes out and he smacks his thingy thing. There you go.
Exactly what happened.
I don't know.
First,
Here I can kind of skip a little.
last night, Celeste at the time.
Okay.
That's something. With baggage, she made it help.
Okay.
Simple, which is why he was one.
Okay.
It seems likely that the killer and attack.
Okay.
And that's where the blue. It was,
Was it this one? I think I got it.
which is why
Yeah.
removed
Got this one. Okay, the next one. That's where I'm gonna like stop
and find a
skipping.
girl's hand with this alone.
Here.
After all, using one of those.
Brother, no. What the fuck do you mean? It wasn't that, but then what it was. But then what? Maybe it was that one. Did I already use that one? The in one? Yeah, I actually do not fucking know. I have 17 minutes left. I do not know. What can I use for this one? Like, other ones seem correct, right? Maybe it was the poster. Let's do the poster.
Here's exactly what happened. After all, using one of those,
Bro. Like, there's like,
exactly how the killer did it.
there's like fucking 3 different versions of the same exact poster. Like, what the fuck?
With the carpet and the poster they brought with them, they got to work. They changed the layout of the boys and girls' locker room in what you might call a crime scene switch. That could have been the end of things, but no. Byakuya discovered the body and decided to intervene in the situation, making things even more complicated.
But why? Why would he do that?
So,
Got that right.
after stumbling on the crime scene, he went and grabbed the extension cord from the library, and then he got to work.
But why?
He used the cord to string up Chihiro's lifeless body. Then, using the victim's own blood, he left a grisly message there at the scene of the crime. He wanted to create the illusion that Genocide Jack was responsible for the slaughter.
Oh, why?
And around the same time that Byakuya was putting together this facade, the killer, having already disposed of Chihiro's bag and other belongings, arrived at the sauna. There, they planned to destroy the last piece of evidence, Chihiro's handbook. And just as the killer expected, the steamy sauna was enough to ruin the electronic gadget. Somehow, the killer knew that the handbook couldn't stand up to the heat of the sauna. And the reason they knew that is because the sauna had already wrecked their own handbook. And that's how it all played out.
No.
Isn't that right, Mondo Arata?
I'm so sad it's Mondo. I'm really sad it was him.
Wait! No! This can't be right! Where's your evidence? Yeah! Where's your evidence? You need evidence! You need proof!
Bro, I just laid out a whole fucking book that it took me like 20 minutes to write out.
You can't pin any of this on him!
Evidence one is the killer that already revealed itself earlier in the trial. If I can somehow show where Mondo's handbook is right now. Once I do that, everything will become clear. A new element has been added to the boat. Fuck. Fever time and nega time. During a bullet time, if you press the space key, fever time will acute and the tempo will be forced to its max. At this point, if you push the buttons at a random, you won't miss. So you can push MB however you want to destroy the opponent's verbal assault. But it only lasts until your focus guard rounds out, so maybe the best. I don't give a fuck. The tempo, I don't care. Good luck and have fun. I don't give a fuck, bro. Actually, maybe I should have. Oh, why am I fighting with them?
Show me some evidence! You're wrong! I won't listen! I refute you! False! Show me some evidence! I won't listen! I refuse to—
Whoa.
Show me some evidence! You're wrong! I won't listen! I refute you! False! Show me some evidence!
Temple
I
down.
won't listen! You're corrupt! I refuse to—
I don't know.
I refute you!
Oh, wait, shit.
False! You're corrupt! Show me some evidence!
How do I? Yeah, maybe I should have listened.
Show me some evidence! You're wrong! I won't listen! I refute you! False! Show me some evidence! I won't listen! I refuse to vote! Show me some evidence!
On strike. Shit.
Show me some evidence!
What do I shoot?
Prove it.
Oh. Brother.
If my thinking so far is right, Mondo must have replaced his broken handbook with Leon's.
Yeah.
In which case, we can just check each of our handbooks right now. Once we do that, we'll...
You don't gotta do that.
Huh?
He's just accepting it.
Yeah, I did it. I killed him.
Oh, I'm genuinely upset. I'm genuinely A, B. Doesn't matter. I got an A. Shit. 96 points. Hell yeah, I can get more presents.
Bro! What are you saying?
Didn't really.
I got no choice, man. After hearing all that, I gotta just... give up. Go ahead, Monokuma. Get it over with. Ask for the goddamn verdict.
Roger that!
Wait! Hold on!
No waiting! No holding on! Time for the moment we've all been waiting for! Grab your lever and give it a yank! Who will you elect as the Blackened this time around? Will you make the right choice? Or the dreadful... What's it gonna be? What's it gonna...
B. I'm just trying to get over with it. Like, bro, I'm so upset it's actually him. I really am upset. Like, I was trying to get close to him and I was like, oh my gosh, this guy's so cool, I want to be his friend, right? How's he gonna die? Ran off with motorcycles?
What?
Uh-oh, this time looks like you got it right again. Yes, it is so. The black that killed Chihiro Fujisaki was Mount Ovada.
Unbelievable.
In case you're wondering, the vote was not unanimous. Kyoraka chose the wrong answer. Kyoraka, you're threading very close to the danger zone, Mr. Ishimari. You need to be more careful. Oh, him. I refuse to believe it. There's no way he would kill someone.
Sorry.
What is this?
Why are you apologizing? Why did you do it?
Now then.
Well, it looks like Mono's taking a while of silence, so allow me to explain on his behalf.
Actually...
The story of the murder this time is the sad story of two men. Oh, but for anyone who doesn't really want to hear it, you can hit the control key to fast forward the text. Anyway, there was once a young boy, and his name was Chihiro Fujisaki. He had an extreme inferiority complex regarding his own lack of strength. You're so weak, even though you're a boy. He heard things like that as long as he could remember, and he couldn't overcome his weakness. On the contrary, he tried to hide and bury himself further and further into that weakness, to take on the fragile form of a petite young girl. He had chosen that as his way out. Now nobody will be able to say anything about even though you're a boy, but no matter how tightly he wrapped himself up in that shell, the inferiority complex had already taken root deep inside of him, and was not so easily beaten out. As it turned out, the shell was completely empty. The complex didn't disappear. Instead, it only grew stronger and stronger. I'm weak.
Weak.
Once the killing game had begun here at the school, he had no choice but accept this fact. After all, this world is survival of the fittest. If you're not strong, you don't survive. And then the lovely and hateful Monokuma announced the revealing and the embarrassing secrets, which of course included Chihiro's embarrassing secret, which I was more than willing to divulge. Even though he dressed like a girl, Chihiro is actually a boy.
Hey,
And that was something Chihiro couldn't let anyone find out, no matter the cost. If that was revealed, it could be the end. The heart of the shell would crack and the armor would fall away. Without a doubt, those around him would torture him more than ever before. Everyone figured being thrust into such a dilemma must have sent him spiraling into despair. And yet...
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, I don't really want to talk about it right now.
But
I also don't want to leave things the way they are, so maybe I can talk about it later. After I try my best to become stronger, then I can tell everyone. Annoyingly, he used the threat of discovery to motivate himself to become stronger.
that's right.
That's my
I want
choice.
to change.
I'm going to get stronger and accept who I am. Strong enough so that when someone says, even though you're a boy, I'll be okay. I will get better. With that thought at the front of his mind, he resolved to take immediate action. And so... that day he made the commitment to begin exercising. He was prepared to retrain his mind and body. But sadly, that would be the first and only chance he would get at it. Aww.
hey,
When he decided to start exercising, he thought it would be a good idea to ask for someone's help. But he wanted to tell that person his secret first. And then ask them to help him from there. And the person he went to...
Yeah, that's right.
it was me. Yep, it sure was. The biker gang fella had been painfully clear about how important his manly promises were, so Chihiro probably figured that even if he confided in Mondo, his honor would make him keep the secret. Plus, Mr. Machumondo was the very symbol of a strong man that Chihiro had always aspired to. So why would he kill him? Why? Maybe talking to Mono about it will help me give me some courage, so he went and asked Mono to help him become stronger. That was his aspiration, and he thought that only with Mono's support would he ever be able to come close to that.
Correct.
So then that must be why Mono did what he did to keep the promise he'd made to Chihiro. Huh? Did what he did? You mean that's why Mono carried Chihiro from the boys' locker room into the girls' locker room?
Indeed.
Yes, that's exactly what I meant. Was that to cover up what he's done?
Certainly.
That could have been part of it, but I don't think it was the main reason. The real purpose was to keep the promise between men he made to Chihiro. Then why would he kill him? But how does moving the body give a secret? Because if everyone knew he'd be killed in the boys' locker room, then everyone would have been arguing about how she got into the boys' locker room, right? Once that started up, at least a few of us would have immediately begun to suspect his identity, so he tried to protect Chihiro's secret by putting him in the girls' locker room and stealing his handbook. See? Then Mondo did all that to keep the promise he'd made to Chihiro, who'd he also kill? Like, why kill him? Why? Why would he do that? The more I hear you talk, the more I don't understand. I mean, you guys trusted each other, right? So why? Why did you? Because no matter what, I didn't want anyone to know.
I knew it.
So that's what triggered it, after all. The secret. The possibility of having you embarrassing memories and secrets exposed.
What is this?
That's impossible. Nothing could have been that bad. Something he didn't want anyone to know. Even if it meant killing someone. It's impossible.
Don't make me repeat
How
myself.
many times must I repeat myself? To judge others by your own standard is the height of folly. Even if you can't comprehend it, he obviously can't. Excuse me. That's all there is to it. Well, while we're on the subject, why don't I tell you that embarrassing memory, that secret he didn't want anyone to know. You know what Mondo did? He killed his own brother. What the fuck? I thought he just died. Why the fuck would he do that? Mondo, the ultimate Bakugan leader, makes all the holdoms and riffraffs across the country tremble. But the only reason he had the chance to join a gang in the first place was because of a certain someone. Mondo's older brother name was Daya Ovara. Oh, Daya. Literally one letter. If you change one letter, that's literally my name. Mondo had nothing but respect for him. It was because of Daya that Mondo ever got on a motorcycle. Mondo's brother was his only family growing up. He was the only one Mondo could trust or respect. He wanted to measure up to his big brother, so he imitated him in everything he did. Mondo was the epitome of the starry-eyed kid brother. Meanwhile, the charismatic older brother had put together a local motorcycle gang, and before anyone knew it, it had grown into the biggest biker gang in the country. Daya, the older brother, number one in the gang, and his number two, his younger brother Mondo. In the beginning, everything was peaches and gravy, but when Mondo started to think about how he would have to take over the gang from the brother someday, his brother's greatness, his reputation began to gnaw on Mondo's very soul. The kid's gonna take over for Daya, huh? Daya created this game with his bare hands, Mondo just along for the ride. Can't someone like that really be our leader? All that'll do is make the gang look bad. Almost every day, Mondo heard the gossips and whispers on the other members of the gang, which is why
I
gotta get stronger. Stronger than Daya. Just one time, no matter what, I gotta win.
Don't fuck with me.
I don't care what it takes, I gotta come out on top. And on the night of these amazing brothers' retirement ceremony, Mondo challenged him onto a street race. But during the race, tragedy struck. The kid brother pushed ahead with reckless abandon, eager for victory, and dashed into oncoming traffic. But suddenly... Laying in his kid brother's arms, the other brother delivered his final words. My bad, kid. I fucked up. Sorry. Of course he knew it was his brother's fault, but Daya never blamed him for what happened. Hey kid, the rest is up to you. No matter what, you gotta keep the gang together. Cause it's the team you and me put together. God! Fuck. It's a promise between men. I hate crying. Shit. He decided to hide the truth of what happened from everyone else again, in order to keep the gang together and keep the promise to his brother. He could never admit to anyone that it was his own weakness that had caused the accident. And as a result, the team was made even stronger under the banner of the kid who bested his big brother. Daya was gone, lose to his kid brother, so he got stupid and got himself killed. That became the explanation for what happened. Although the lie became the truth. He wanted to lead the team so bad, he was willing to tell all kinds of lies about his brother.
I just...
Oh, strong. Strong, and yet... as soon as the killing game began, he realized no matter how tough he pretended to be, he was just another weakling that could die in an instant. And then the hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets. At that point, it was clear I would have no problem shedding light on his secret. Mono killed his own older brother. No matter what, I couldn't let the other gang members find out. If that happened, everything would have been ruined. Everything me and my brother had worked to create would have been destroyed. His death, or the guilt I've been carrying around, it all would have been for nothing. So that's why I... Although, after I saw what Monokuma had on me, my head filled up with a kind of fuzzy uneasiness and just started twirling around. I've never felt anything like it before. I didn't know what to do about it. I wasn't sure what to think or say, but after a while, that fuzzy uneasiness turned itself into a rock-hard lump of anxiety way down in my stomach, and it was right around then that Chihiro asked me to start working out with him. And right there, he told me a secret. Seriously? Jesus.
I'm sorry.
I lied to you. But why? Mom, why are you telling me this all of a sudden? Because I mean, you kept all the secret all this time, right? If anyone found out, you would...
But...
You're right, but...
I want to change.
I want to change. I wrapped myself in lies. I'm weak. I wanted to destroy that version of me forever. His words were like a knife in my guts. I felt like he was exposing the lie I've been living myself. I have to change. I don't want to be weak anymore. You're so strong, it can't hurt you, right? Whatever secret Monokuma might tell us.
You piece of...
So what? You're saying I should just say it?
What?
You're saying if I really am, I should just be able to tell everyone my secret?
Huh?
I was jealous. I was jealous of Chihiro's strength. He had the strength to face his own weaknesses, to try and overcome it. It was the kind of strength I've never had, so I was jealous of him. And that jealousy broke me.
What?
Are you making fun of me? I'm strong? Are you fucking with me right now?
No!
I'm not making fun of you. You really are strong, Mondo. I felt like I could hear something staring to creak. Something inside my head. What did he want me to do? What was I supposed to do? What was I supposed to... Was I supposed to just sit back, let my secret get revealed, and ruin everything?
What's wrong?
Why did you have to tell me all that? Are you trying to rub my failure in my face?
I just wanted to...
Admire you. I admire your strength.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right, I am strong. I'm strong. Strong. Stronger than you.
Son of a bitch!
And stronger than Daya. And that's why he killed him. I don't remember anything after that. So he just crashed out and killed him. When I woke up again, he was laying at my feet, covered in blood. I had the dumbbell in my hand, and I was just staring at him, down on the ground. Hey.
I
killed him.
I killed Chihiro. Even after all this time, I'm still just as weak as I've always been. And thanks to that, I did something I can never take back.
Mondo, he was normally so aggressive, so angry. He hid that weak side away from everyone. That was his secret. A weakness like that lived in a heart like his, and it turned him cold-blooded. God damn it. That's not too loud, bro. Look at him, you see, you're all just like him. For a secret from the past, for a memory. For that he killed another living human in cold blood. He couldn't cut free of his regrets from the outside world. He doesn't know what true strength is. Do you see hope anywhere in there? Cause I sure don't. You bastard. Just shut up, you son of a bitch. Go ahead and say that again, I dare you.
Yep.
Okay, I'll say it as a million time, but I want is what I want to say, but unfortunately, I can't do it right now because the time for punishing is fast approaching. Punishing?
It can't be.
Execution.
Well now, well now, well now.
That's what I promised you, right? The black letter that disturbs the peace will be punished.
Ridiculous.
Hold on.
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment.
He's gonna like throw him under the bike or something? Wait.
Let's give it everything we've got.
Oh shit, say wait.
Sorry, man. I couldn't keep the promise we made. From one man to another.
Dude, I'm genuinely upset that this guy... Fuck. Okay, he's gonna be killed by like a bike, I think. Or be... a truck is gonna fall on him and crush him to his death. I really don't know. It's a wheel. Looks like a wheel. It's not a wheel. Bike. Told you it's gonna be a bike. Bro. What is that? Circus? What is that? What is this? The cage of death. What? Ooh, I would cry. Brother, why is he dancing like that? Oh my god. This is torture. Why can't you just kill them like slowly and fast, you know? Like like no, that's always shit at them, and why don't you kill them just fast? Like, why do you torture them? That's his body? A fucking meal? What the fuck? I'm deleting this game fucking forever. Laugh at death and your soul will forever be at peace. It can't be, my brother. Another murder and another execution. I want to feel again. Hero lives are taken so lightly here. I feel like I might be going mad. Maybe I'll just let it happen. Yeah. Yeah. As Taka sad screams invaded our schools, we were each forced to realize once again. But of course he had to. What a disappointment. This is the end of the game? But Byakuya?
What is this?
You're completely insane. You know that? A game? One of our friends is dead. Do you realize that?
Naturally.
Of course I do, because this game is alive or death.
Hey,
I don't have anything to say to you. I don't have a response except that.
however,
I just don't understand why. Why did you go out of your way to discuss Mondo's crime?
What?
Why? Isn't it obvious? Because it made things more interesting. He's a fuck up, bro. I wish he fucking execute him, bro. Oh, just to make things more fun. You're a fucking psycho. His voice was calm, emotionless, like the voice of a death. It chilled me to the bone. Last night, when the murder took place, I was in the library as usual.
Honestly,
So you ignored the nighttime rule too? That rule never mattered to me. I don't recall agreeing to it.
there is nothing to be done.
Well, I don't particularly care. Please continue. The night grew late, and I decided to return to my room, which is when I stumbled upon him. I spotted Mondo coming out of the girls' locker room. After he'd gone, I looked inside and saw the corpse. You mean you actually witnessed the murder? He was such a fool, he didn't have the slightest idea that I would see him. So you're saying you knew who the culprit was from the very beginning?
That's right.
Indeed, but if that had been the end of it, how boring would that have been? I mean, what a waste of time to have the answer revealed right at the beginning. Which is why I decided to lend a little helping hand. I thought it would limit things up. You did all that to limit things up?
I see.
So after hearing about Genocide Jack from Tokyo, you decided to use that to create the fake murder scene.
But
But damn, man, if we hadn't figured out who'd really done it, you would have been dead too, right? Well, obviously, I would have been revealed the truth before it reached that point. Of course. Byakuya turned and looked me in the eyes. I could feel his sharp eyes piercing into me. Thanks to a certain remarkable someone, it never did, and I was able to perform an interesting experiment. Once I do decide to become Black Knight, I now know who I'll have to watch out for.
Correct.
So that was your reason. Are you satisfied?
Indeed.
Yes, we're done listening to your story. Moving on.
Hey,
There's something I'd like to ask Monokuma.
What's this?
I'm up next?
you...
You like to perform these elaborate executions each time, correct? My question is, why? Do you like them? But you know, this punishment, this despair, it's not just for you. All this punishment, all this despair is my gift to mankind itself. You're over-exaggerating. I am not over-exaggerating. These punishments are meant to transform all hope to despair. What do you mean? 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 Mean. Good grief, I don't understand why you have to pick apart every little stupid thing. Whatever, it doesn't matter. In the end, I'm going to stand alone in this victory. And then everything will be revealed to me. The noble son of a noble family, truly you understand me. I think this is the start of a terrifying friendship.
That's enough.
Shut up, I would never stoop on the level of a childish criminal like you. Let me just say this. After I have achieved complete victory, you're up next. I'm going to find you and kill you, understand?
In the name of my family.
And the name of my family, for which victory is a foreign conclusion.
You're getting all riled up.
Ooh, so cool. It's like you're the main character of a video game or something. No trash mob for you. I swear, what I will take, I will kill you. Temper. Sounds like someone needs a nap. Okay, you're crazy. This Malcolm allowed repeal across the courtroom and the curtain closed on the case of Chihiro and Mundo. But I knew that wasn't the end. The killing game would still continue, because the mastermind wouldn't let it end. For those of us who were still alive, our worst fear and despair kept on multiplying. It was the kind of despair that felt like a blind puppy in the hand. If the puppy in hell had more of a future than us. All of our courage, or effort, or friendship, it felt like an amounted up to nothing at all. It was the worst kind of despair. What the fuck?
Well, anyway, like I was saying,
What the fuck is that?
this is a pretty good spot. Yeah, a really good spot. Anyway, isn't it amazing how that girl went and killed someone before things even had a chance to get boring?
What girl?
Once things really get moving, it'll be like a roller coaster. There won't be any stopping it. Fear and despair charge forward at a speed nothing can hope to match. But I must admit, I'm disappointed. I went to all the pain and effort of making you part of the group, and you couldn't play your part. You do remember you were supposed to make the first move, right? Well, no biggie.
What?
Nothing we can do about it now. So just do your best to make things more exciting from now on, okay? After all, that's what everyone wants to see.
There's one thing I'd like to ask
As
you.
long as you don't want to know my measurements, fire away.
Brother. Who is it? The 16th high school student, I mean.
My, you really took me by surprise there.
Who is the 16th?
I know I said you could ask anything, but super denied, ultra denied, demonic denied. Because you see, that's my ace in the hole. And nobody'd be dumb enough to reveal that, right? No matter how close they were to their friends.
Who is 16? What the fuck is that? Who is he talking to? Chapter 2. Boy's Life of Despair, the end. Okay, I'm ended. Okay, 10 and left. To be continued. Alright, can I skip all of that shit? You ever see our crazy diamond present? Yeah, I'm gonna save it. Let's save it here. Sure. Dude, this has been like a 3 fucking hour episode. Can I? Oh, I don't have to skip. Sniff. Sniff, sniff. What the fuck?
I know I shouldn't cry, but I've had enough.
What?
I can't take it anymore. Getting out of here anytime soon, it's impossible. I can't let myself think about how much I want to get out of here. If I keep thinking like that, I might decide to.
I'm gonna stop here. I'm actually stopping here. Nope. We're gonna figure it out next time. I'm not gonna go any next because it's been 3 hours. I don't know how long it has actually been, but it's been like 3 hours, bro. So, I'm gonna continue next time. We're gonna find out what she's saying, what she was gonna do next episode. Because, dude, this seriously has been the longest episode I've done in my life. I've been sitting on my ass for like 2 hours and like, what the fuck is gonna even see that? But if you do, please let me know if you want me to do like a whole episode of a full trial or split it up. Because that generally been a long fucking episode. And just let me know if I should cut it up or just still keep it as one episode. But I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you.